This is the roofing station. Once we've talked in the morning, you will grab your bin from the building and empty it out at the station. So first off, there's going to be the cheat sheet, which tells you what to do at the station. Next, there will be some tool pouches with hammers. They may or not, the hammers may or may not be in the actual tool pouch or tool belt. Okay. After that, you're going to find yourself a nail puller that you'll have to use at the end of the day to pull all the shingles off. Okay. Then there will be the roofing nails. And finally, there will be an X-Acto knife. That's for cutting up the shingles if required. Okay. In there also sometimes are the harnesses. It may not be in there. We may just give them to you separately. Okay. Put your tool bin away because you won't need it for the rest of the day. And then the first thing you're going to practice and try and do yourself is the actual harness. So the harness can be quite complicated because a lot of times it's jumbled up. So you just have to untangle it. And then what you're going to do basically is put it on yourself. And if you're having troubles, you're going to get Oliver. So you take the spine or the center of it, you flip it over your shoulders, make sure that the D-ring is in the center behind your back, and then do up the chest strap. You want the chest strap firm but not too snug that you can't breathe. Next, you'll move to, I call them the crotch straps, and you will connect them up as well. Put them through the little ring and twist. Okay, this again can be a bit of a pain to do. So make sure as you're doing this for the first time or second time that you ask Oliver maybe to give you a hand. Okay, and you can see even in the video he's struggling a tiny bit to get it hooked up sometimes. All right, then you do the other side. Next, grab the tool belt, have the students put it on. They may be too big for the kids. This may not work. We only have tool belts of a certain size and some of the kids are very tiny, so you won't be able to do that with some of the kids. Okay. Next, grab a hammer. Okay, have the kids hook in for the first time. You may need to do this with them. So Oliver obviously couldn't do it himself, so I'm going to hook it in. And then have them practice actually just leaning forward so they know that it's actually going to hold them in place. So you can see Oliver, kind of a big guy, and it's holding them no problems. Right? Give them some roofing nails. Have them put them in the pouch. Not too many because they don't need that many. And then start off with the roofing. So the first part is to take the first layer, put it upside down so that the black tar strips are facing up. And then basically all you need to do is put a couple nails in. So 2-3 nails at max, no more, because at this point in time you're going to have to pull it all apart at the end of the day. Right? So hammer them in place. And you can have the kids, the very first group of kids do this. Right? Or you can do this yourself. Right? And then put on the other side. And again, just put a couple nails in to hold it in place. And you'll find this a bit awkward trying to do this on a slant, by the way, just so you know. So the first layer's in. Next, grab a full shingle. We're just going to start in the middle just so that the kids get the idea of this. Basically, you're going to put the first shingle over top of the gap between the first two shingles you put on, upside down, and you're going to nail it in place. That makes sure that the rain cannot penetrate to the actual wood below. You will also need to cut up some shingles. So there's times where you take the shingle, turn it upside down, score it with the X-Acto knife. Okay, and you can see he didn't quite score all the way, so just got to cut a tiny bit more. You do not need to cut all the way through because it will just naturally break at that score line. And then the next shingle will go on at one end. The other half would actually go on the far end. Right? So make sure you line it up. And again, it's now covering, there's a shingle underneath, so it cannot be, the water cannot penetrate down to the actual wood of the roof. Right? So 2 nails in, go to the other side, and do the other side, and then finally you just start the next row. So this row then goes over top of the half shingle and the full shingle, and again it covers the gap. Pretty straightforward, not much more after that. You just continue working your way up the roof for the day. So each kid will put on a shingle or two, get harnessed in. You have 15 minutes only to do this, so just know it's going to go fast. And that's basically it. So go get to it. It's time to start.